So as you can see, it's a mess of wire. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Gaming House. Following our last episode, I already showed you this Gaggimate Classic Pro E24, and I also showed you guys like the kit that I bought to mod it. It's called the Gaggimate. I got the Pro version. So in this episode, I will actually crack this open, and I will show you guys how to put it together. I will try to find the best angle. However, some of the angles, like the tripod I have, is just not tall enough, so I probably cannot show you like everything from the top side. But I will try my best to show you guys. So first thing first, you want to make sure the power is definitely unplugged from the wall. Also, after you bought the kit, you probably need to print some of the parts. So I have some printed parts here. I'm still missing one more part for the round screen. That part is still printing now, so that's why it's not here. Normally you would want to print these in higher temperature material. For this part, I don't think the ring part actually matter that much. But the part that you actually hold, that holds like the monitor itself, and it will sit on top of the chassis here. It does touch the metal, and the metal casing does heat up a little bit. It's not going to be like super hot, but plastic over time with like consistent heat, even though it's a lower heating temperature, it will deform and it will give you that bad smell. So. Bare minimal, I would recommend you to print these out of PETG. Make sure you don't use carbon fiber for any parts that it's going to touch your water source or your grounded coffee. This is a very simple project to do. Let's get right to it. Okay, so we're back with our first step. What you want to do is take out the drip tray. If you have a water tank in there, you should remove it. I have already removed it, and make sure like you have something that holds water down here. So there are two different versions. There's the 100 and 120 volt version, and there's the 240 volt version. This machine is 120, so we're gonna go with the diagram like that. And it does tell you to check the ribbon cable of the monitor, because I think this is like the only part that will actually like break if it has some like a shipping damage or something like that. The monitor itself, I don't think it's that easy to get like a crack or anything. This ribbon cable over here. This instruction is actually pretty straightforward. It has all these check boxes that you can do. So it tells me to plug a USB connector to check if the screen is actually working, just like a sanity check. Connected. So yeah, it has like a clock spring. And next up, it tells you to put the screen onto the adapter, which is the part that I don't have right now. And it tells you to put the main board, this guy over here, which is like the main board, into the 3D printed housing that you have printed. Okay, so I think I printed the wrong part. They have the parts for the normal Gaggimate and the Gaggimate Pro. This might be like the older version of the Gaggimate, but not the Pro version. It's a lot bigger. So yeah, I will reprint them later, but for now, I think we can continue for the installation. I'll just reroute the cables and everything later. Now it's finally time to take apart the machine itself. So the first thing first, you take out the two screws on top of here. Okay, and I'm gonna unplug these two wires here. I don't think it matters which one goes which, because it's just basically ground wire. That's what it looks like from the inside of the machine. As you can see, the E24 does have the brass boiler. The idea is you do not want any water inside here where all the electronics are sitting, right? So make sure you keep the inside of this very, very dry, because we do have to do some like plumbing later, like some water pipes and some sensors that we need to install that will actually require us to open parts that will leak some water out. And next up, we got the labeling. let me just print them out and label them. Okay, let's just label whatever we can right now. Okay. That's C4 and C5. Let me see if I can show you this as much as I can. Let's have that label down here. Okay, that's A, and that's pump B, which is the gray wire over here. This is a vibratory pump inside, but you might be able to change it to like a gear pump, I think. So we need to uninstall the roof thermostat. So it says I need to remove the roof pad. I'm going to lie this down. No, I think I need a smaller screwdriver. Okay, I'm back with this tiny bit of screwdriver over here. Tiny bit. I don't think you really need to like uninstall them. It just says like loosen them, right? But we'll see if that will actually work or not. Yeah, probably need to take all the screws out. Before I start this, I should have just, drained the whole thing. Let me get some towel. So basically now the whole boiler is loose. So if I can tilt it this way, and let's see if we can unplug these two cables here. Unplug the orange wire first. All right, so that's I have the red wire out, like orange wire. So I'm just gonna label that first, BTA. Okay, that is locked on there tight. Nope. I just clip off the side, didn't pull off the connector itself. I'm trying to use a screwdriver to pry it off and see if that works. Okay. Now that's off. So let's see, what did I break? Okay, so it's the back cover. If you can see, it does expose the like the terminal a little bit. So what I am going to do is I got these strips of leftover from like the label making. Tape it over. Yep. So that will just hold it, hopefully. So that's done. We do have to uninstall. We do have to uninstall the steam pipe. I'm going to put the towel down there, so I do believe that there might be some water. Can we remove this thing? Yes. So as you can see, if we remove that part, we can easily tilt the boiler all the way down. And we're supposed to remove, if you can see this part over here. And I will put another towel down there. Okay, never mind. So it's not going into the boiler. It's just a piece that screws into the brass, and that install the new tiny sensor in there. So I am going to steal some thermal paste, I think. Very familiar with this stuff for me. So how do you fit it in there though? Because they are different size threads. So did I get the right kit? So you do need to be careful when you buy the kits. So this is actually for the Rancilia. Yeah, this is actually for the Rancilia. It doesn't really say on the, oh, it does say. One is M3 and one is M4. So you do need to be careful on that. You do need the M4 threads for the Gaggimate, so you need to make sure you get like the correct wiring if you buy it from them. So you do need to jump these two wires together, like that. Yep. So let's take out this wire and let's steal some, thermal grease. Well, there are like thermal grease like inside the thread hole, so I'm just going to thread this in now. I'm going to place the boiler back in. I am going to unplug these two, STA and STB. Like now it tells you to mount the SSR, solid state relay. I got the box of bolts here. This plus that. to go to the next step now. Let's extend this wire with this blue wire over here. Okay. You have to remove this thing, which is super hard to remove. Hold the pump like this. Okay. Pump is out. Okay, so the thermal fuse is hot glued in. So how do I remove that? So this is the thermal fuse that you do not want it to be broken or anything like that. To unscrew this OPV. Now I have the OPV out, and now we're on to the plumbing kit. 4 or 5 layers of this tape. Fitting down there. So I do have to put this tiny plastic back to the bottom. Okay, actually that wasn't that bad. So as you can see, it's a mess of wire. Next step, two here. So now let's measure the length that we need. Make sure around the solid state relay to a different spot because not that big wall for the shoe. So I have the PTFE tubing to the correct length. Now we are into low voltage wiring. Okay. So I think we just need to plug that back in first. So that's that switch over there. Switch back as well. Okay, great. Now pretty much all the initial wiring is done. And what we need to do is plug them into the board itself. So there's one thing that I'm going to do. In the instruction it says this one is a 3-hole, but it actually is a 4-hole. So let's just plug the other one in first. I'm just gonna temporarily try to take it through a little bit. Squeeze it a little bit. So the one thing that I don't know what to do with is this cable over here. So this might be the... Okay, so the yellow throw wire is for bringing the OPC. Okay, let me back to this. And I'll fill the water tank with water. Okay, so that's in there. This is here. Okay, perfect. I don't have the other piece of the like the monitor mount yet, so I'm guessing like this wire will come out from somewhere over here and mount it to the monitor. So yeah, I think like the pro model is like a slow peak for how it's done. But anyway, so let's pretend that's closed already. I'm not gonna pour any water in here. And let's use this box over here. We'll pretend that's the housing for the screen itself. Moment of truth. Is it going to blow up or is it going to be just fine? Yeah, everything is in the off position. So you want to make sure you don't touch anything inside now because it does have high voltage. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Here it's on. So you break it? Tell me I didn't break. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that part out. What did I do wrong? So now it has power. Okay, now it's on. Is it going to power on the screen? Yes, yes, yes. So the screen is on. Screw the clock. Okay, let me just read the instruction again. I might need to load the firmware onto an SD card. Okay, so you do need to flash the main board on the display before you start. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, installation complete. Okay, so that's that, and then we need to flush the screen as well. Hold it over here. Flush the screen. So yeah, like the tip here is like don't use Apple cable. They are missing a couple of pins. They're totally fine with the iPhone sign, like Mac computers or anything like that. But it does not like high voltage and like higher wattage, and it does not transfer data that well. So with that done, I'm just going to leave this open and I'm going to plug it back in, turn it back on, and see if it works. Gaggimate, yes, yes, nice, it's working. So let me just turn it off and on again. Okay, so here is it says it's starting. So I think that's it for the installation for the Gaggimate. I'll be sure to make another video to show you like exactly how it's supposed to work. Yeah, I think this is a very good project to start with if you're new to like coffee machines and wiring. Average person can do this at home. You do want to be sure that when you are doing this, like messing with the wires inside, you do want to unplug like the mains power from here. So I'm only have this open to have it test out. I'm not even touching anything inside. I will just wait a little bit and show you guys that when the temperature goes up, this light will actually go light up as well. So that means when you are ready to brew and you can see if everything is okay inside, like nothing is leaking. So the only I see some drip of water, but well, I don't know if that's like leaking from now or before. Yes, that is definitely leaking. So make sure you keep the inside of this very, very dry. Very, very dry. It's the three-way tube that we installed earlier. So I do need to adjust that and reinstall that part. So I'm just gonna turn it off so it's not building pressure anymore. Actually, I do want to. Wait, I do think I have these two wired wrong. No, this button now is doing brew and this button is turning on steam now. So I'm gonna turn this off, unplug it, let it cool a little bit, and I'm gonna have everything fixed. And I will show you in the next video. That's it for this video. It takes us about like 3 hours to 4 hours. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, click the like button. If you don't like it, click the dislike button. And yeah, please subscribe and see you next time.